We now know the official cause of death for the Austin serial bomber. The Williamson County Justice of the Peace says the bomber Mark Condit died from multiple shrapnel injuries. Last week, Condit killed himself by detonating one of his homemade bombs inside of his car. Condit was responsible for 6 other devices, 5 of which were detonated. 2 people died and 5 were injured as a result of the devices. Officials say Condit left behind a video confessing to the crime. Condit's death has been ruled as a suicide. The full autopsy report has not been released since the investigation is still ongoing.
UT Austin has launched a Title IX investigation into a sexual assault report made Saturday night. The incident reportedly occurred at 9 p.m. Saturday at the Sigma Alpha Mu House in West Campus, just east of North Lamar Boulevard. The University of Texas released a statement about the investigation, saying the university has been made aware of the incident in question. The fraternity's president said that they will cooperate with the investigation, but that the person accused of perpetrating the assault is not one of their members. The incident occurred during an event held for UT's Roundup Week event, which is a high-risk time for sexual assault. Leading up to the event, student advocates worked to prevent these incidents by passing out awareness stickers, educating fraternities and sororities, and even creating a Snapchat filter promoting consent. SMU is also under investigation, but this time for hazing. Officials at Southern Methodist University announced on Monday that their Beta Zeta chapter of their Phi Kappa Alpha fraternity has been suspended for 4.5 years after violating the school's code of conduct. According to an email from SMU's Interfraternity Council, new members were required to consume onions, hot sauce, eggs, and milk. The fraternity also participated in an alcohol hazing ritual called the Gauntlet that was banned. As part of their suspension, every student living in the Phi Kappa Alpha house must relocate immediately. The university is also working to make sure that alternative living arrangements are available for those students.
Let's take a look at today's weather in Nashville using our new weather simulator. All I have to do is click this button. So cold.
And that was a look at Cardin Courts, a 6-year-old from Nashville, Tennessee, who got the chance to show off his weather skills for a class project. Nick, you think you could work his reports?
Well, I tell you what, we should have brought him out here to Denton the past few days with all this rain. Let's go ahead and take a look at the kind of rainfall totals we've seen just within the past 12 hours. So again, one last heavy rain band making its way across North Texas this morning. As we look at the rainfall we saw from midnight till about right now here in North Texas, you see here in Denton not too much rain, but as we look toward the south, especially south of Dallas, we've seen a lot of heavy rainfall totals this morning. But the good news is the rain is starting to clear out for the next couple of days at least, as we'll go ahead and take a look at the current temperatures across North Texas. We see Denton sitting at 57, McKinney at 58, Dallas at 61, Fort Worth at 60, Paris at 60 as well, Sulphur Springs 62, Stephenville at 63, and we see the low 50s just to our north in Gainesville and Bowie. As we look across the region now, Denton again 57, El Paso 61, Amarillo at 54, Oklahoma City sitting at 50 currently, Austin at 68, Houston at 75. Now looking into our 7-day forecast. Again, the rain starting to clear out today, still about an 80% chance of rain this afternoon. Get up to 61 today. As we see tomorrow, opening day across Major League Baseball, the Texas Rangers hosting the Astros tomorrow. We'll have some sunny skies starting to peak out, 69 degrees the high, 42 the low. Friday, no clouds to worry about. Friday afternoon, we'll get all the way up to 70 and a low of 53. Saturday, the clouds start to come back in, but we get all the way up to 80 on Saturday with a low of 55. Now Sunday, Easter Sunday, we'll have a chance for a morning storm, rather, maybe about a 50% chance. Skies will start to clear out a little bit later on in the afternoon. We'll get down to 64 on Sunday as we look starting off our work week next week. Again, a chance of rain, about a 30% chance in the morning, get up to 77 on Monday with the low of 64. And Tuesday we get back up to 81, 62 the low, but we'll see the clouds starting to come back in. So after a few days of some sunny skies and no rain, we'll see later on in the weekend and starting off next week, the cloudy skies will be coming back into North Texas. That's all I have. Back to you at the desk.
All right, thank you, Nick. Well, just when we thought the flu was winding down, now Americans are dealing with another strain of the virus. The latest report from the CDC says that the B viruses are being reported more often. Last week, nearly 58% of all confirmed cases were caused by the B strain. Experts say it is possible for those who have already been sick with the flu to fall ill again. And they say it is still not too late to get your flu shot.
A new study suggests that scientists may have found a newly identified organ in the human body. It's not a distinct, well-defined organ like the heart, the liver, or even the skin. It's actually made up of a widespread fluid-filled spaces in and between the tissues all over the body. This new organ is known as the interstitium. Scientists have long known about the interstitial tissue and fluid, but a new study raises the idea of calling it an organ. One of the co-authors published in the Journal of Scientific Reports thinks that it may be the body's largest organ. He estimates that it represents 20% of the body's volume, while the skin accounts for 16%. Not all experts agree that the interstitium is an actual organ, though. The study also indicates that it may play a role in the spread of cancer cells. And it's still March Madness here at UNT.
And UNT softball is always going strong, too. We have Derek Mims to give us more. Derek?
Thanks, guys. Coming up next, the UNT men's basketball season continues. I'll have more after the break.
Firefighters in Houston rescued a mother and her children from their building apartment just in time. Dramatic video shows the family being brought down a ladder as flames burst through the building behind them. 16 apartment units at the Cornerstone Village apartments were destroyed. The cause of the fire is still unknown and no injuries were reported.
Bikers gathered in Waco on Sunday in an attempt to save their reputation after one of the deadliest biker brawls in history. Chelsea Edwards reports.
I retired after 24 years as a Christian greeting card salesman.
One by one, they took to the microphone to change perceptions of bikers.
I've been Santa Claus for 17 years.
Some had even been arrested and charged following the deadly Twin Peaks shootout in May of 2015.
This is the first time I was able to come down here and not have a court date.
Charges of engaging in organized crime have been dismissed or dropped against 21 of the 177 bikers.
We are here to fight indifference.
But demonstrators say they were painted as criminals and gang members by McLennan County District Attorney Abel Reyna to win convictions. The rally is to reach out to voters during primary elections.
We're looking for Reyna to be defeated and for all the innocent people to have their charges dismissed so they can get on with life.
They aren't endorsing any candidates, but they have spoken with Reyna's opponent, Barry Johnson, who they say will reinvestigate the Twin Peaks cases. Reyna has labeled Johnson as the biker's choice, but the group claims that bikers openly supported him in his last election. We reached out to the district attorney for a statement, and he says, quote, "I'm glad the rally was peaceful. They are entitled to their opinions, and I wish them all safe travels back home. The allegation that outlaw motorcycle gangs have supported me in the past, like they are currently supporting my opponent, is simply not true. I'm not sure where that allegation came from other than the desperation of my opponent." End quote. The bikers admit their numbers aren't large enough to sway an election. The people of McLennan County will determine if Reyna will stay in office or, when the primary ends, if he'll have the chance to run. In Waco, Chelsea Edwards, KWTX News 10.
Authorities say they have confiscated 480 guns in the Twin Peaks investigations. The bikers say they are planning another rally in May.
You know, Rob, this weather has been absolutely crazy. It's been rain, today it's sunny, and I think some more rain is coming up.
I think so. I think we can look forward to a little more rain this week, but Claire Jacona has more details on that for us.
As we take a look at across North Texas this morning, it is 55 in Denton, 52 in Fort Worth. As we move down south, it's 57 in Stephansville, and then 50 in Graham and 48 in Bowie. As we look across the state, it is 56 in Austin, 57 in Houston, and 57 in Shreveport, and 49 in Abilene. Now, as we look towards our 7-day forecast, today it's going to be a high of 65 and a low of 46 with sunny skies. Then Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to have 70% chance of rain with thunderstorms, with Tuesday being 61 and Wednesday being 69. As we move forward towards the week, it's going to be partly cloudy on Thursday with 59 degrees. And then Friday and Saturday, we're going to have sunny skies, 64 degrees on Friday, 67 on Saturday. And then Sunday, we're going to have partly cloudy skies with 68 degrees. That's your forecast for the week. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Claire. The games in Pyeongchang are over, but for athletes and fans, the memories will last forever. Cross-country skier and gold medalist Jessie Diggins carried the red, white, and blue into the closing ceremony. Team USA finished 4th overall with a total medal count of 23 medals. Skier Michaela Schifrin, snowboarder Jamie Anderson, and ice dancers Maya and Alex Shibutani were the only U.S. Olympians who won 2 medals. The 2022 Olympics will be held in Beijing, and it'll be the first city in Olympic history to host both the summer and winter games. Some of that winter spirit from the Winter Olympics is kind of trickling down to UNT, I think.
That's right. Women's sports are having a blast and taking names this season. Allie Heidemann has more. Allie?
That's right, guys. The women of both North Texas tennis and softball had an extremely exciting weekend this weekend. You won't want to miss out on hearing about all of that coming up.
Although the flu season might be winding down, the CDC has some bad news. A second wave of the potentially fatal flu virus is spreading across the country. The CDC announced that influenza B cases have jumped above the more common influenza A. Since March 17th, 60% of the nation's flu cases have been strain B. The CDC reports that the B strain affects children severely. Since October of 2017, 133 children have died due to the flu. Now, as you can see here, some mammal is wanted for deception.
That's right, Tiffany. Punxsutawney Phil, the groundhog that decides if winter is staying, lied to us, guys, because on Groundhog Day, Phil saw his shadow declaring there would be 6 more weeks of winter, but because of his deception, Pennsylvania law enforcement issued a wanted poster on Facebook, and it's gone viral since then, guys.
Oh my gosh. For those of you on the lookout, Phil is a 22-inch long male weighing about 20 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes. No word on whether he has any scars, marks, or tattoos.
I love that people are really like going into this, and even said further that he's gonna have to go into witness protection program because people are on the lookout.
That's what you get for lying.
Don't lie to us about
You can't expect him to be right. They rip him out of bed during hibernation and expect him to do the weather. Kind of like me today. It's about that time.
Alrighty, Annalie, what do we got for weather?
Well, it doesn't look very good. Hopefully I'm a little bit more accurate than Punxsutawney Phil. So we're starting with this live look at the radar. As you can see, there's a lot of precipitation. It's pretty nasty out there, and this is pushing northeast at a pretty slow rate. So we're going to be continuing to see a lot of storms throughout the night, and we are under a flash flood advisory. And remember, it only takes 6 inches of rain to sweep you off your feet. So definitely stay weather aware out there. And places from Dallas kind of down onto the Austin area are potentially seeing some quarter-sized hail. But let's go ahead and take a look across the state. And you can see right now this temperature gradient because we're seeing these winds come in from the south. It's a little bit warmer in Houston, 75 degrees, and then all the way up in Amarillo, only 40 73 degrees. But let's go ahead and take a look across North Texas. And for right now, 64 for us over here in Stephenville, 62 in Graham, same story in Decatur. And as we push on over, 66 in McKinney, a little bit warmer in our urban areas like Denton, Fort Worth, and Dallas. And remember, Dallas could be seeing some of that hail. But let's go ahead and take a look at our 7-day forecast. And as this cold front pushes through, 63 tomorrow, and those rain chances linger around, so you're definitely going to want to keep that umbrella in your backpack, and then we warm back up all the way to 80 degrees on Saturday. And then for Easter, is it going to be hoppy? Well, there is a slight rain chance, 30% rain chance, 66 degrees. These storms should not be severe, but you know what they say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Back to you at the desk.
She's just killing it with those.
I know.
Thanks, Adelie. It's definitely spring, and you know what that means. Spring showers bring Mayflowers.
Ah, that's right. And our reporter Jade Jackson recently visited Texas Tulips. It actually was on Saturday, and she is going to show us the perfect spot for all of our flower needs. Tell us about it, Jade.
Thanks, guys. So I'm here at Texas Tulips on this nice sunny day where people are coming far and wide just to pick beautiful flowers like these. Texas Tulips is family owned. It's $5 per entry and it's $2.50 per stem. But many people come around usually just to take beautiful photos. We talked to a couple who came all the way from Oklahoma just to pick from Texas Tulips.
We came all the way out from Oklahoma. She found this place online or whatever, and she's like, "You want to go?" I was like, "Sure." Just spring break, so instead of going to like Padre or whatever, we came out here and do this.
It's amazing.
I ain't never seen this many flowers before, like in one spot, so it's pretty cool. Yeah. This one probably my favorite, like this one right here. I don't know what it's called, but like the red in it makes it pretty cool. You got a favorite?
Mine's probably this one. It's cute.
Well, I'm going to pick a couple of stems myself, so back to you guys at the desk.
It's Easter this weekend, and the best part of Easter is for sure checking out those flowers. So thank you, Jade, for that. But even better, we've got some decorations here that Tiffany's going to show us. Tiffany, what do you have?
Yeah, Tanaya, that's right. Easter is coming up, and DIY is something that I love to do. I love to do these. They're super cheap, they're cute, and they're fun. And I actually had a friend recently help me with these over the weekend. So go ahead and take a look.
When the holidays approach, we can't help but want to decorate, but don't always have the budget. But Amalia Shatley has just the answer with a few DIYs.
A fun and easy craft I like to do for Easter is go to my local Walmart and pick up these Easter eggs, which you can find for around $3. And I can use them as inside decor for cookies or any kinds of snacks, or I can put them above my cabinets.
Oh, I love this. This is
Yeah,
so cool.
And like she said, using them above your cabinets, or like she said, using them as like treats like this. You can go ahead and put candy in them and use them as kind of like a little centerpiece because they open up super easy. Or you can also put these if you want to put them outside, like in your flower bed. Just put like sand or rocks or gravel inside so they don't tip over or fly away. And so they're also a great outside piece as well.
I love that.
Yeah.
And another thing that would be great is the centerpiece here. That looks absolutely beautiful.
Yes, this is a wonderful, really easy, cute inside decor for Easter. So take a look.
Another fun and easy craft to do at home is to find a glass vase or a plastic vase around your house and get some Easter eggs to fill it up with some Easter grass and get some flowers. And if you want to use real flowers, make sure to find a smaller vase to fill with water and put inside the center of the larger vase. And then you set your flowers inside, and then you would fill it with eggs and the Easter grass.
I love that.
Yeah, this is another really easy idea. And like she said, if you want to use real flowers instead of fake flowers, just put a smaller vase inside this one, fill it with water, so then you have, real flowers. And all this stuff is at Hobby Lobby, Walmart, any of your local stores.
Okay.
And then if you don't want to just use like the regular plastic eggs, what you can do is you can just get regular eggs from the store, and then like I went to the Hobby Lobby and got this yarn and literally just super glued it around. And they also have cute little pastel piles that you can put on there as well. So it just makes it a little bit more fun and cute, and you can, you know, put them in there as well however you want to and decorate it. And yeah, it's super fun and it's super easy.
I like it too. It's because it's recycling.
Yeah,
all of those, because we know we've got all these eggs.
And like
floating
this
around
jar is
everywhere.
just from my house, so it's like you can work with what you got and just go to the store and spend a very small amount of money, and there you go, cute Easter decor.
Awesome. Well, we'll be posting these pictures on our Twitter, so check out LTNT_NTTV so you can get a reminder on this. Thanks again, Tiffany. And coming up, we have an interesting debate.
Yes, Disney versus Pixar. Stay tuned.
The Shape of Water swam to the top yesterday. We have more on our Oscar recap.
It's been 8 days since the strike began. We have more on why West Virginia teachers are fighting back.
Thanks for joining us on NTTV News at noon. I'm Tiffany Galshoot.
And I'm Rob King.
Last night marked the official end to Hollywood's awards season. Hollywood celebrated its 90th annual Academy Awards with a show filled with humor and history in the making. Natasha Chen has more.
While the Best Director and Best Picture honors went to Shape of Water?
The Shape of Water.
Yes, Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway made sure that was the right envelope this time. It was Frances McDormand.
If I may be so honored to have all the female nominees in every category stand with me.
Who created the moment Hollywood will talk about, not just because she won Best Actress for her work in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, but because she called on entertainment executives to turn the Me Too movement into tangible results.
Look around, ladies and gentlemen, because we all have stories to tell and projects we need finance.
Her fellow cast member Sam Rockwell took home Best Supporting Actor. Gary Oldman's portrayal of Winston Churchill in Darkest Hour earned him the Best Lead Actor award. Allison Janney won Best Supporting Actress for her role in I, Tonya. And Jordan Peele made history as the first black artist to win Best Original Screenplay for his social thriller Get Out.
I thought no one would ever make this movie.
Political themes were pervasive throughout the night.
To all the dreamers out there, we stand with you.
They even made it into a musical performance.
Tell the NRA they in God's way. And to the people of Parkland, we say Ashe.
Still, host Jimmy Kimmel made sure to balance those moments, like with the promise of a jet ski to the winner giving the shortest speech.
Costume designer Mark Bridges, bring it out.
He and Helen Mirren delivered on that promise. In Los Angeles, I'm Natasha Chen reporting.
89-year-old James Ivory also made history as the oldest Oscar winner in the 90 years of the award show for Best Adapted Screenplay for Call Me By Your Name. And Best Actress winner Frances McDormand wasn't the only star advocating for women last night. Harvey Weinstein accusers Ashley Judd, Salma Hayek, and Annabella Sciorra shared their moment in the Oscar spotlight.
It's an honor to be here tonight. This year, many spoke their truth, and the journey ahead is long, but slowly a new path has emerged.
The changes we are witnessing are being driven by the powerful sound of new voices, of different voices, of our voices, joining together in a mighty chorus that is finally saying, time's up.
So we salute those unstoppable spirits who kicked ass and broke through the biased perceptions against their gender, their race, and ethnicity to tell their stories.
And on this 90th anniversary evening, when the Oscars celebrates timeless classics, we also look forward as well.
And we work together to make sure that the next 90 years empower these limitless possibilities of equality, diversity, inclusion, intersectionality. That's what this year has promised us.
Well, Rob, it looks like the warmer weather has finally made its way to us.
Yes, hopefully it's going to stay that way. Claire Jacana has more on that for us.
As we take a first look at our current conditions this afternoon, it is sunny outside and feeling pretty nice. Our temperature is 61 degrees and it feels like 57. Looking towards tonight, our temperatures are going to drop and it's going to be 41 degrees and feel like 41 with cloudy skies. And then looking to tomorrow afternoon, we're going to have a temperature of 67 with cloudy skies, and it will feel like 69 degrees. Besides that, I'm excited for this week because it looks like we're not going to have any rain in our forecast and more sunny days. I'll have that for you and more in our full forecast. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Claire. After a mistrial last June, Bill Cosby is in a Pennsylvania court trying to stop some of his dozens of accusers from testifying. The two-day hearing is part of Cosby's retrial on sex assault charges in Montgomery County. This time, prosecutors are asking for 19 Cosby accusers to be allowed to testify. Cosby's lawyers have said they would seek to delay the retrial if other accusers are given a chance to testify, saying they would need more time to present their case. Cosby's lawyers are also asking to present a witness who says Cosby's accuser, Andrea Constand, told her she could make a lot of money by making a false claim. Jury selection is slated to begin March 29th.
Today marks the 8th consecutive day West Virginia teachers are on strike after Saturday's Senate decision to change the pay raise. Ashley Bishop reports.
The Senate Finance Committee decided to change the 5% pay raise bill to 4% for school employees and state police.
We're able to raise up all of our public employees to an equal and level point.
Some Republicans stating the change is fair and that they intend to give all state employees a raise at 4%.
Mr. President, we should pass this legislation.
It was then brought to the Senate floor and voted upon. Vote passed and many people were upset.
I'm sad, I'm emotional, and I'm angry.
Some people say the Senate is trying to divide the public employees.
They absolutely are, but thanks to social media, it's harder and harder for them to get by with those tricks.
The bill was then sent to the House, but the House did not agree with the Senate's changes and sent it back.
Taking the bill back over to the Senate.
A conference committee was then appointed. 3 Senate and House members will now meet to resolve the differences between the two bills. But what happens if they can't agree? We're told it would be at an impasse and the bill has potential to die. Ashley Bishop, Eyewitness News.
If the bill does die, teachers, service personnel, and state police will still get the original 2%, 1% over the last 3 years, which signed into law.
Coming up, Atmos Energy is still working to contain the fallout from a Dallas gas leak.
And a suspect is still on the loose after a fast food shooting. Stay with us.
Got a quarter?
More than 100 Atmos Energy crews are continuing to repair gas lines in northwest Dallas, weeks after a 12-year-old girl was killed in an explosion. 2,800 households are still adjusting to their everyday lives as Atmos works around the clock to repair this northwest Dallas neighborhood. Atmos has restored energy to over 140 homes, but some residents have still opted for hotels. Atmos is compensating residents with $200 per day for the inconvenience. They still don't know when the gas lines will be fixed.
Police are searching for a suspect after they say a security guard at a Fort Worth Whataburger was shot in the arm. Officers responded to a shooting call at the North Beach Street Whataburger just before 4 a.m. this morning. Police say the security guard refused medical treatment and drove himself to the hospital. The suspect is still on the loose, but police say they believe they have the suspect identified.
The nation was surprised after President Trump encouraged teachers to carry weapons after last month's mass shooting. However, some schools in Texas aren't surprised at all. Some Texas schools already allow it. Nick Notario has more.
This is about as real as it can get.
Your heart rate goes up, your blood pressure goes up.
There's a real gun, recoil, and blast that come when the trigger is pulled. Instead of a bullet, though, this gun shoots lasers. A training tool Ray Dunn uses to create lethally skilled shooters. Dunn's class isn't for hunters or law enforcement. This exercise is to teach educators how to kill.
If you have to shoot where there's a crowd of people, in school there's a crowd of kids, you better be accurate.
The Texas Association of School Boards says 13% of Texas districts allow employees to have guns on campus. After President Donald Trump suggested certain teachers carry, the number could rise. Since the president's remarks, Dunn says he's been busy and expects the number of teachers he's trained to increase.
Probably approaching a couple of hundred.
Here's how the 16-hour training works. Participants start with a bullseye.
Shooting at targets is one thing, but shooting at a person, whether it's on video or not, it's a whole different ballgame.
Then teachers aim, shoot, and eliminate suspects.
If you can't handle that type of situation, you definitely are not in line to be carrying a gun in the school.
It's a training Harold ISD in Northern Texas uses.
Think that they feel better about what they're doing.
Harold ISD Superintendent David Thweet says it helps teachers become accurate and mentally focused.
I don't care if I know them, if they are in the act of killing other innocent people, that's probably going to override my thought process about who they are or what my relationship was with them in the past.
Getting educators in the right mindset is what Dunn is passionate about.
Take your time.
A simulation he hopes will help teachers eliminate suspects.
They're wolves looking for sheep, and I train sheepdogs.
Well, hopefully for the rest of this week we can look forward to some more sunshine.
Yes, and just in time for spring break as well. Claire Jacana has more on the weather.
As we take a look across North Texas this afternoon, it's 72 in Dallas, 67 in McKinney, 61 in Denton, then 62 in Decatur. Looking across the state of Texas, if we move down south, it's 74 in Austin and 74 in Houston. And if we move up north a little bit, it's 71 in Shreveport and 59 in Abilene. Now looking towards our 7-day forecast, I said we're going to have a lot of sunny days this week. Starting on with Monday and Tuesday, we'll be in the high 60s, with Monday being 67 and Tuesday being 68. Moving on to Wednesday, our temperatures will drop a little bit and it will be 57 degrees. Then as we move back onto Thursday, our temperatures will rise a bit and it will be 67 on Thursday with a low of 50. Then moving towards this weekend, our temperatures are going to rise up to the 70s, with Friday being sunny and the temperature being 74. And then Saturday, we'll have cloudy skies and the temperature will be 77 degrees with a low of 48. Then on Sunday, our temperatures are going to drop a bit. It will be 64 degrees and sunny. So that's your temperature for the week. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Claire. Coming up, a little girl's mesmerizing moment goes viral.
And Lacoste ditches their iconic alligator logo for a cause. Stay tuned.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
A recently revealed portrait of former First Lady Michelle Obama has had its share on fans and critics, but one little girl was simply starstruck by it. Images of her taking it in have gone viral. Jeremy Roth has more.
Photos of a toddler mesmerized by a portrait of the former First Lady are going viral. The pictures were taken at the National Portrait Gallery by a visitor from North Carolina. They show 2-year-old Parker Curry gazing at the portrait of Michelle Obama. The likeness was painted by artist Amy Sherald and was revealed in February. Parker's mother says she was so amazed she wouldn't even turn around for a picture. She says her little girl believes Michelle Obama is a queen. Some teachers in Oregon are going on the defensive. More than a dozen teachers in Hillsborough took part in active shooter defense training classes. They learned firsthand defense tactics for classroom-specific scenarios, such as how to use items like chairs and fire extinguishers as weapons, as well as learning to identify specific firearms. Some say they hoped the class would make them feel empowered. Most of them said they just want to be ready for anything. For the first time, clothing maker Lacoste ditched their iconic crocodile. It was a temporary move to highlight different endangered animals. The French clothing brand launched the campaign during Paris Fashion Week. The logo was replaced by 10 different species from the endangered species list, including the Sumatran tiger. Proceeds from the sold-out fashions went to the International Union for Conservation of Nature. Take a look at this. I'm Jeremy Roth.
Thanks for watching NTTV News at noon.
Join us again tonight at 6 here on North Texas Television.